Что по заданиям? Погнали к Поппи. Поговорим по поводу дракона. Не совсем? Пояснишь? 2D модельку. А куда исчезла? У тебя моделька коробки?
Over here.
Спасибо.
This is a change of pace from our last outing. Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Скорее всего.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with
Почему не
you.
коробочку?
I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may
Может
have
быть, там
caused
персонаж
you
с коробкой на
more
голове.
trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a port key that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own.
Я тебе верю.
I shan't press
С
for
моего
more
факультета.
details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Это Шрёдингер, прикольно звучит так-то. Ну почему не стал делать? Ой, ну погнали, говорит, сами там. Методы, который звезды следует, я вспомнила, кажется. Это он должен быть. Если до этого я задала вопрос, кто это такой, то, по-моему, сейчас я могу ответить, что это тот, который исследует звезды. Так, звуков нет. Звуков бумажек волшебных. И здесь нет. И тут нет. Где-то же они еще остались. Здорово.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
Мне
I
кого-то
think he
напоминает.
simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend
Какого-то
of Sirena's.
чела
Good to hear.
с Ютуба,
Good
что
to
ли.
hear. If Sirona trusts
Или из
him, then I
фильма.
feel much better.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Круто.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Кого-то мне напоминает. Карта мира. Да тут вообще так-то не должно быть страшно. В конце концов, вот это место мы уже зачищали, хотя они там заново рисуются, но не страшно. Носочки надену. Что-то этого не видно, чего. Вообще, не в радиусе.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is
Да, в
meeting us.
тепле.
Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here.
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped.
Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to
В обычное
Ranrock.
время в носках не
Damn
походишь, их
Bragbor and
снимают.
his blasted journals.
Кидаются на ноги, снимают
Bragbor?
носки.
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I
Возвращением,
suppose
Кирилл.
I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search
кого
anywhere
кидаться
that was
носками?
connected
Все
to
приходят,
5
чтобы
names
отвлечь внимание.
mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald,
Ты
Bakar,
взяла.
Morganach, and
Вот
Rookwood.
комнатура.
Rookwood Castle.
That
меня
is
еще
where
отек
we
до конца
began our
спал.
search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard
Я
kind.
типа поизмениться и не обратил
Ranrock
внимания.
was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted
Она
to keep
просто
for
медленно
themselves.
работает.
He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here
he's...
comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lord Gok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what
С высоким
Ranrock knows
призраком
or is
бежал.
plotting.
С носком
I
в зубах.
suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind, and I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
О, дверь открывается.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic,
Один носок.
that
Да,
shouldn't
сейчас
be
будет.
too difficult to achieve.
Our mate and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
The door is looking at us.
А где этот черт? А чё его не... А, вон он. Шахта глаз.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality.
Revelio.
A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Leviosa.
I'm quite good at sneaking about. You'll see.
Revelio.
Я никого не вижу.
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
These machines operate on steam. Interesting.
Revelio.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Ты зануда. Что с этим делать?
Accio.
Походу не Акио.
Guardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Все правильно. Что поменялось? Мешки тут. Один из которых не берется. Здорово.
Revelio.
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Accio.
Ну там что-то забыли, к сожалению. Я голоса слышала?
We need to be careful.
Да.
As I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least. Accio.
Я не хотела этого делать. Я не ту кнопку нажала. Иди колдуй. Ай. Как? Просто заруинить? За 1 секунду. Спасибо, что чел помогает.
That was a
Красавчик.
little more than I'm used to. I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word.
Тебя не обещаю.
Revelio.
Тебя я никуда не поведу. Ты останешься тут.
We're being watched by a door.
I'll be quiet.
Revelio. Accio.
А чё она не тянет? Не тянет ее. А что такое? Ладно.
Revelio. Confringo.
Ну, сейчас что-то где-то откроется. А, что, все? Или не все?
Revelio. Confringo.
Excuse me. Облуталась. Вот это, да? Ручное. Не дают мой лут вообще. Это не то место. Я наверху должна быть. Вы черти.
That was a little
Это не
more than I
ручное,
used
блин.
to. I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word.
Нифига.
Confringo.
Найс.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound to be plans around here somewhere. A schematic. They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Revelio.
Сначала лут, потом все остальное. Зачем он мне, правда, я не знаю. Я, мне кажется, уже скупила все, что есть в этом мире.
Lucas, don't tell us.
Чуть не спалилась.
Revelio.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are
Я вот пока не верю, что ты читать
Let
ты
me know
умеешь.
if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Что-то ты у меня одобрения не вызываешь никакого. Мне кажется, он ничего не знает никакого гобледука. Он нас обманывает, наверное. Так я все знаю, я крутой. А по итогу...
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Patrolling this area is a waste of my time.
Revelio.
Здесь драться придется, скорее всего, не смогу пройти Тихоря. Вот спиной стоит.
Best the likes of me.
Что-то как-то это, у меня ничего не выходит. Судя по всему,
This really is
в
too
тихушку.
much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Ты чё хорошего? Как я должна потом выполнить ачивку? А то, чтобы убить 50 со спины с помощью Петрификуса. Для этого вообще-то нужен стелс. А мне он сегодня вообще отсутствует. А как наверх? Я хочу наверх.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Алло. Ладно. Я, скорее всего, мне надо наверх. Там сундук стоит, который я обязана залутать. Иначе у меня будут не все залутаны сундуки этого мира. Найс. Можно идти обратно. Где мой друг? Кого-то? Хотя тяжело его другом назвать. Чел какой-то левый. В принципе, нам плохого ничего пока не сделал. Пока. Там остались какие-то штуки. Вопрос, почему они там остались. Видимо, я их по пути еще впереди встречу. Типа знает язык, но он нам этого до сих пор не доказал. Потому что он видел до этого чертежи и говорил о том, что они строят что-то большое. Разве это знание языка? По-моему, нет. Это больше похоже на знание чертежей. По-моему, сюда мне не нужно.
Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now.
Тут же ничего нет, кроме вот этих вот листиков. Ну ладно. А муха тоже вертолет. Там.
Lumos.
Как же он орет. Я шепчу, а он орет. Такая муха, которая вертолет без коробки передач. Ты что, не знаешь эту песню? А по стене ползет пельмень, та-ра-та-та-там. И все коленки в огурцах. Ладно, не важно.
Thank you for making me the first object of your suspicions. Know who my friends are now, don't I?
Нельзя в обход.
There's a hole in my pocket.
Я жду этот чел спалит. Всё, вот так. Вы никого не видели. Здесь никого нет. Мне есть подозрение, что я призвала армию. Куда проникла глубже? Ничего не это. Кажется, они не верят. Здесь никого нет.
Let's get this over with. Stop by.
А в кого? Кто-то есть еще? Попал.
Many of them are there.
That should be the last of them, Amit.
Я думаю, это последнее. Мы не будем говорить правду, правильно? И ему не надо знать правду.
Revelio.
Какой-то нытик.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
Incendio.
Как она тихо сказала инцендио. Прям вообще.
Accio.
Это что, лифт? Действительно.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found. Revelio.
Мы еще что-то не облутали здесь. Где где-то сундук. А как туда попасть? Или мы сейчас сверху там выйдем? Если да, то поехали.
I'm quite good at sneaking about. You'll see.
Не знаю, зачем нужен быть.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained
Чтобы
for.
сказать, что это
I'm glad
огромные
you came
буры.
with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Так я не поняла, как туда попасть? Это выход из шахты, что ли? А, нет, есть проход еще. С Алахамурой.
Hello, Amora. Revelio.
Чел тупо за нами бегает. Смотри, как мы лутаемся.
We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
Нас сейчас примут, скорее всего, на улицу. Скорее всего. Не может быть все там настолько спокойно и тихо. Не верю в это. Делаем его соучастником грабежа? Точно. Нет, прикиньте, нас не приняли.
Can we please talk about what just happened?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
Угу. Офисный работник. По факту.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I
Что,
will never
приложила
forget.
сеть? Садитесь.
Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled
Стас, привет.
and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned.
Собака гавкает.
More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lord Gog, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Welcome back.
Запусну.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
Это
As you
башня.
know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Она пописала, да.
Is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. We'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
А ты мне пароль сказать не хочешь?
How will
Тоже
I
нет.
gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Не хочется. Вообще я знаю, как попасть туда без пароля.
Promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon friend and where to return her you know what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
Куда я бегу? Оборотное зелье будем варить. Класс. Или пить сразу. Что-то я высоко залетела. Даже слишком. Тут кому-то нужна помощь.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your nose. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see.
Вкусно было.
But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me.
Говноед.
I shall tell him where to meet a liaison.
Мам, тебе нельзя ходить в туалет.
That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's
Ну,
rather
Гафу,
strange to
не
hear
надо меня
gratitude
грызть
coming
своим
from
грязным
Professor
ртом.
Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Разочарование просто сплошное. Сплошное. Разочарование. Оставь мои ноги в покое, в покое, в покое, в покое. Иди отсюда. Прям сразу тест? Класс. Кто такая мадам Кагава? Это что за место такое? Я туда пути не знаю. А, я не могу переместиться.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
Really? Why can't we talk about potions here? Seems fine to me.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children. When I witnessed what passes for magic in these halls,
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Я в шоке, девочки.
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the ministry.
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
Стоп.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Пиши.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
Че кто-нибудь еще на меня нападет?
Headmaster, and he's coming this way.
Он так смешно бегает.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Нет.
Professor, I need to speak to you.
Нет.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look.
Потерялся.
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that man.
That ought to give Professor Fig some...
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house elf. There's no doubt in Scrope's mind.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone. Even Master
Ничего
himself.
себе.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
Третье. Я боюсь облажаться сейчас. Неймлес, привет.
Чего там?
Всего хорошего. Пускай будет третье.
Pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now, to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Off on another adventure. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
Нам же сюда, если я не путаю. Это пол моет звуки погрома. Да, звук швабры. У всех же, я думаю, швабра по-разному звучит. У кого-то еще звуки собаки на кухне. Закрытый.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password.
Кто из них горгулья?
Toujours pure.
Надеюсь, здесь не будет директора. Да.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
Кстати, в прошлый раз... О, записка.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
Второй раз тут, и я не могу вот эту записку взять.
That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald, can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem.
Я сегодня, когда к Лене заходила, она вот это проходила.
Swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve.
Да ладно, я не верю, что нельзя вот тут где-то пройти.
I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead. A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go. But I need to find a way past them.
Выходить собираться, нет?
Nothing this way, but more danger. Must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. Now's my chance. That's the way forward.
Привет. Да мать, невидимка. Чтобы смерть меня не заметила. Здорово. Мне же туда или мне в обход? Наверное, здесь не пройду. Да, не пройду. Ну что ты? Кто ты?
Can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now, where are you, Neve?
Что грызешь? Ну-ка показывай. Ага, косточку.
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power.
Джигейм, привет.
Bombarding!
Написано, используйте мандрагору. Как я ее, блин, использую вам? Мне еще с ними драться надо? Чай с ним попить? Попью. Почему бы нет? Я просто не хочу драться. Понимаешь? Не понимаю, не люблю драться. Правильно, что-то выполнила. Интересно, так тут нельзя, тут надо 100% драться. В этом и грусть вся. Я вот не хочу, а приходится. Как дела? Я против драк, опять драться. А я заклинание могу взять, нет? А то я просто так берусь. Могу. Еще один появился. Он меня пропускает. Враг — это друг, с которым не успел подружиться. Бывает наоборот. Враг — это друг, с которым ты успел подружиться, успел поссориться. Понимаешь? Жизнь, она такая непредсказуемая штука. Очень непредсказуемая.
This must be for me.
Воскрешающий камень. Кого я воскрешать собралась? Неом? Или как его там зовут? Враг — это NPC, которого можно убить. Настолько в игре, действительно, NPC. В жизни это не NPC нифига.
You are far
Убивать
from
никого не
finished.
надо.
Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
Все не то, чем кажется.
I can't believe she's dead. Oh, poor Neve.
Let us always honor her.
We won't be the same without her.
Здрасте.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self.
Злой мотер. Я знаю. Все так говорят, мне кажется. Тот у меня
But
злой.
there's no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Ну что ж.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves.
Алдous, привет.
I found a way
Нормально,
to
как твои
contain
дела?
all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival.
Они
As it
запечатали
happens, I do
где-то
know.
эмоции
It is
и
a source
энергию.
of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands,
saw
it can...
what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do.
О, годовасик.
Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Она сошла с ума, мне
Breathe
кажется.
it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Какая-то она злая. От всей этой силы. Злой и грустный. Это двухгодовасик. Это сообщение как. Тут лут есть где-то. Сундук один. Сундука нет. Выпустите. Ровно половина. Вы две половинки одного целого. Похоже. Ничего нет.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young. I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the
Стоит с
contents of
маминым
it as a
носком в
source of
зубах.
immense power.
Носок, который мама
He plans
запретила
to
ей
use
брать.
that power against wizard kind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was, and she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragbor.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Плохо запрещала. Да блин, она не понимает запретов вообще. Вот Блэк удивится, когда продрезвеет. Да уж. Что там делаешь? Тут еще кто-то есть. Поговорите с женщиной. Если не хочу с женщинами разговаривать. Поговорите с женщиной. У меня ничего нет. Я ничего не жую.
Is everything all right?
Oh, bless you. Oh, thank you for asking. I'm Betty. Betty Bugbrook. And no, everything is not all right. It's my dear friend Hazel. She's in trouble.
Oh, so
Hazel?
Yes. Oh, she's a unicorn. Known her for years. She doesn't like to leave the forest, so I visit her once a week to brush out her mane and bring her some treats. Her coat is glorious. Well, the last time I saw her, we were violently attacked by a pack of wolves. Hazel, loyal friend that she is, leapt in front to protect me, and in the process, fear she may have been injured.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I want to help her, but she seems to have gone into
Мне кажется, он
hiding.
там был.
Fear, I'd imagine. I know you Hogwarts students learn a fair bit about caring for beasts. Perhaps you could find my unicorn friend and get her somewhere safe so that she can heal.
Я могу отвезти ее к себе в офис.
It was luck, truly. I came across her when she was a little golden foal. Didn't even have a horn yet. Oh, she trusted me straight away. We'd play together for hours. Oh, I do hope she'll be all right. Unicorn hair. But I'm terrified those poachers will want her for her blood, to keep themselves alive. And that is more than I can bear to think of.
I'll keep an eye out for your
Да
unicorn
зачем?
friend and take her to safety if I see her.
Oh, you've a good soul. I can always tell. Please, don't risk your own safety, though. I don't know precisely where she is, but I can tell you that her den is north of Hogsmeade. And although I haven't been able to brush her lately, I imagine she still has the brightest, most beautiful coat of her entire herd. Remember, you'll know her by her
Old spout old Spavin's been minister for so long, I don't remember who.
It's not like her to forget.
I need to look for a unicorn with a beautifully bright coat. I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howin for the measles.
What kind of research is she
Круто.
doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were
Это
tracking?
смешно
I
на самом
realized
деле.
that she didn't know the poachers
Не,
had
чтобы
her
как
egg.
ведьмак
So when
медитировать,
she
а не
left
спрятала
Horntail
на
Hall,
полу.
she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you were doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here.
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No. It belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over.
Вышли,
It
вышли,
might
да-да.
also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot.
2 года спустя.
Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already.
Revelio.
I'm ready when you are.
Карту нельзя открыть, лол.
There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons. and her egg.
Revelio. For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least until we've done what we came to do. I wonder how many they brought to capture her. At least 10 usually.
Я не буду читать, потому что у меня фон очень громкий.
How charming. They keep in touch with each other. Revelio. Reparo.
Это такой цирк.
Confringo.
Fantastic.
There she is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance. Revelio.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us.
Здорово, что я говорю сама собой. Я говорила, что она могла нас спуститься. Это была не Луна. Это не Луна.
Watch your step. Revelio.
Pity. She must have been starved to pick off a grub.
Or just raring for a fight. I'll draw her attention. Follow when it's safe.
Revelio.
Сундуки.
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make sure we know it. Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
Revelio.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm if you ask me.
Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. I don't suppose you'd listen to reason.
I
Revelio.
normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below her. If we can get it, we can get it. She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant. Revelio.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge here
Тортик,
broken?
hello.
Reparo. Revelio.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Захавала и улетела.
That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and
Not
we
good.
returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
For what?
I was hoping to look around for a moment, if you don't mind. Take it all in.
I suppose we could catch our breath.
Loot будет?
I'm ready whenever you are.
И все. She is not fluff. Луна, что делаешь? Луна! Фу! Нельзя сидеть. No, it was not about her. About love. Was sweet.
Revelio. I can't believe any of what just
Фу,
happened. Still
Луна,
taking it all in.
нельзя. Нельзя.
No,
Иди
I
сюда
think
ко
I'm
мне.
ready to leave if you are.
Сидеть.
After our dragon
Сидеть.
rescue at Hauntow Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg
I
from them.
didn't know about
True. So
this
why haven't they
action.
come after us? It's not like
Was
them to let
first
things
time.
lie. Unless
Ко мне.
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl.
Сидеть. Молодец. Эх.
How could I have been so blind?
Так, ну ладно, мы сдали яйцо. Чё тут мне надо? Ты бы научилась воду пить нормально, чтобы потом не чихать от нее.
That was brilliant.
Что так пьет?
Oh, did you see
Да.
how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
А, ну мы здесь, значит, я не буду даже.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we
Спасибо,
survived
что трогаешь мои провода.
and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
And never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntow Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl.
Бабушке сову писать будет. Фу, Луна, нельзя. Нельзя. Нельзя, сказала. Ко мне. Сидеть. Вот и сиди. Ну-ка, кстати. Инвентарь. Игрушки есть? Нет, класс. Карта. Здесь никого нет, кто со мной хотел бы поговорить. Знаете, прислал мне еще одну сову. Это не... Тут что-то вот. Единорог. Мы в этом где ковырялись. Воровали единорогов оттуда. Круто. Единственное, я не поняла, как ловить драморога. Может быть, у меня уровень не тот. Я хотела его поймать, но мне ничего не вышло. Потому что нам нужны ингредиенты от него. От него и от Феникса. Вот. Я расстроилась.
Hazel must be here somewhere. Revelio.
А, мне на карте показывается она.
Revelio.
I've never heard such rubbish in all my life. I think I get more sense out of mooncalf dung. Perhaps I'll scout around Belcroft for some of the coach.
И то. Да что ты делаешь? Не она. Мой персонаж. Дурацкий. Я так убью быстрее.
I can take Hazel back to a vivarium now. I should let Madame Bugbrook know she's safe.
Куда отвезти? Коварная кнопка. Hogsmeade. А, к себе в виварий. Похоже. Мест нет. Ладно, идем.
Hengist of Woodcroft certainly knew how to plan a city.
Madame Bugbrook, I found your unicorn friend, Hazel.
Oh, what a relief! Is she all right? Are you all right? Do you have a safe place for her to stay?
We're both fine, and I have a safe place for her at Hogwarts.
You've a kind heart, you do. I'm relieved and thankful that you'll take care of her. I shall miss my sweet pointy pony, but I know she's safer away from the poachers. Do give her a nice brushing for me, won't you? Take good care of Hazel now.